Kia ora, good evening. John Key has referred the Aaron Gilmore debacle to the National Party president. The Prime Minister has also hinted he wants the MP to reconsider his future in Parliament. The latest development comes after Mr Gilmore sent his cell phone text to the Prime Minister's office detailing his behaviour during a night out in Hammer Springs. John Key says he can't reconcile the text messages with the version of events that Mr Gilmore gave his office.
I treat this as a serious matter. Today I've rung the party president. I've told the party president that I find it very difficult to reconcile these texts.
The opposition is keeping a watchful eye on the private prosecution being taken against ACT MP John Banks. Mr Banks' cases have been in court today over cash donations that he received from businessman Kim.com for his 2010 Auckland mayoral campaign. Labour leader David Shearer says the police investigation showed that if it wasn't for the statute of limitations, Mr Banks would have broken the law. The lawyer for a gay man who was blocked from entering the Anglican discernment process says the church had no right to stop his client. The Human Rights Tribunal is currently hearing the case of Gino Cisneros, who says he was stopped from entering the process because he's in a same-sex relationship. The lawyer for Mr Cisneros, David Rykin, says that while the church can stop people from leading congregations once they become ordained, they have to allow them to get to that point. But Bishop Ross Bay says his legal advice is that ordaining priests in same-sex relationships could put the church at serious risk of having the decision to ordain challenged. He added he didn't agree with taking someone down a path leading to a dead end. The country's boards of trustees are to get a boost in funding. The Education Minister has made a pre-budget announcement that $80.5 million is to be dedicated to engaging parents in their children's learning to improve success rates. Hekia Parata says the $14.5 million dedicated to boards over the next 4 years is to recognise the work of those on them. Meanwhile, the opposition is demanding answers over where the budget funding for education is coming from. Labour MP Chris Hipkins is welcoming the news that more than $80 million is going to be spent on getting parents involved, but he says Minister of Education Hekia Parata is still to explain how she's going to fill the more than $100 million funding hole left in the education budget as a result of last year's backdown on teacher-student ratios.
We're a year on from that now and they still haven't explained how they're going to fill that hole.
Prime Minister John Key has announced the date for a by-election in Ikaroa-Rawhiti will be Saturday the 29th of June 2013. The by-election follows the death of MP Ikaroa-Rawhiti. The by-election writ day will be Wednesday the 29th of May. Candidate nominations must be received by midday on Wednesday the 5th of June, and the last day for the return of the writ will be Thursday the 18th of July. Finally, if you've ever dreamt of playing a character in The Hobbit but missed out, it's not too late. Peter Jackson's production company, 3foot7, is casting for extras for work between May and August. It's looking for men and women with character faces. You must be at least 17 years old and live in Wellington. You might think you know just the person, but that's all from me for now. Join us again tomorrow. From all of us on the news team, bye for now. Ka kite anō.